I grow up, I want to be a policeman.
When I grow up, I want to be a cardiologist.
When I grow up, I want to be a scientist.
Hello, I'm Bob Wood, and I'm your missionary to Honduras. And before we say anything else, I want to tell you, thank you so much, Congregation of First United Methodist Church of Dunellen, for all the help you've given to us throughout the years. I was commissioned by Pastor Eddie 15 years ago to be a missionary in Honduras, and our relationship has been very close with the First United Methodist Church of Dunellen. Your support has helped a lot of people in Honduras and has helped this ministry to be so successful. First, I want to tell you a little bit about Honduras. Honduras is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere. It's either us or Haiti. It kind of depends on who's had a natural disaster that year. It's a very poor country. The average for unemployment or underemployment in Honduras before coronavirus was somewhere around 60%. That means about 60% of the people had no jobs, or they made a salary of less than the minimum monthly wage in Honduras. The minimum monthly wage in Honduras is about $350. Since coronavirus, the government has not given out any statistics at all. I would imagine, and what I'm seeing here in El Pino, is virtually no one has a job unless they happen to work directly for the government, or a few people who work for Standard Fruit Company, the pineapple company. They're still working, but most people do not. The coronavirus is very different for us in Honduras than it is for y'all. In Honduras, we are not allowed to leave our homes except one day out of every 2 weeks. On a certain day, your digit, the last digit of your identification card, you can go out. So mine is 6, so I can go out on a certain day, and I can go to the grocery store, the bank, or the pharmacy. Other than that, every business is required to be closed. And because of that, the El Pino Bilingual School is, of course, also closed. I want to tell you a little bit about the school as it was before we got closed in the middle of March. El Pino Bilingual School is a school that's dedicated to taking kids from the poor community of El Pino, a gang-infested community where there's huge amounts of poverty, and give them a bilingual Christian education equal to what the rich kids get in the big cities. And that's what we have accomplished over the last 3 years. In August, we'll be starting our 4th year in operation. We've had kids who have now completed 3 grades. And so the kids who started out with us in 3rd grade have now completed 6th grade and are going to start 7th grade next year. The school runs from pre-kindergarten through, in August, God willing, 7th grade. And in that school, the kids are learning a American bilingual education. Their classes, all except for Spanish and Spanish social studies, are taught in English. So if y'all were able to come and visit us, you could come and talk to our kids, and they would be able to talk to you just like a 5th grader, 6th grader would be able to talk to you in the United States. They're on grade level for their courses. Another part of the El Pino Bilingual School, of course, is the Christianity aspect, which I, of course, am very much involved in. I teach Bible classes to kids from kindergarten all the way through 6th grade and next year 7th grade. I teach 3 hours of Bible each week to each class. So I teach a lot of Bible classes, and throughout all the various grades. And that is part of our education system that is so incredibly important, because when you're living in a place where gangs are in charge and where there's no law and order and morality is virtually non-existent, the main function that I have, the main vision for this school, is to create a community of students who will become adults, who understand Christ, have Him as their Savior, and able to share Him with their community, and through that, change their community. Another aspect of the El Pino Bilingual School, besides having computers and all the things that we want to have for a high-end school, which the public schools do not offer, we also provide food. No kid leaves our school hungry. They may come hungry, but they do not leave hungry. And food is provided to them every day. Not only food here at the school, but for our kids that are on our scholarship program, our Becca program, they also receive food that is delivered to their homes. That is really what I'm doing right now during coronavirus. I'm mainly delivering food. And you can see some pictures here of some of the families as they have been given food. We distribute food to between 50 and 60 families in El Pino each month. Actually, we distribute the food now weekly, but it's over the course of the month. They will get 4 different shipments of food. We have to do it in smaller quantities because most of these people don't have refrigerators and things like that. So smaller quantities of food 4 times a month is better than one big bunch. The other aspect of our ministry here, of course, is the Grace Methodist Church, which we just started a church plant called Grace Methodist Church, and then 2 things happened. One, I had a heart attack in November, and I've had a heart procedure that has helped me a lot, and I've gotten much better in January. And then after that, we started working on the church and building it up a little bit more. And then when the order for martial law came down in Honduras, closing everything, of course, all churches are closed. No church meetings are allowed of any sort. So I know you'll have similar situations, maybe not quite as stringent. Here in Honduras, the rules of coronavirus are such that if you're not wearing a mask, you can be fined 200 lempiras or 6 hours of hard labor in community service. If you're driving your car on a day that's not your day to drive a car, well, then they're going to take your car and they don't give it back. So it's very stringent here, and that's because we do not have a healthcare system that's able to treat people that get coronavirus, especially if a large group gets it. And that's another aspect of our ministry that I want to tell you. Every kid in the El Pino Bilingual School and all our employees have a private health care system, insurance, which is not something that is available or common in Honduras. And so our kids all get food, they get the best medical care, and the best education that we can provide. And that's our main ministry, the church also. And all of that is made possible by the donations from you at First United Methodist Church at Dunellen. Right now, I've got to tell you, I've got a broken heart because even though we're handing out food to 50 to 65 families each week, there's a lot more families in our community that have nothing. And when I go to a house and I deliver food to that family because that's one of our families, there's houses on all sides where the people have no food. The government has promised food, but the government only brought food twice since they closed everything down March 13th into the community. And both times they only gave it to people who were from the political party of the ruling class. People who are not in the right political party did not get any food. So there's a lot of hunger in El Pino, and if the Lord touches you and you can contribute to help with that, that's my most urgent need right now, Brother Eddie, is to feed more people. So I want to thank you, our friends from the First United Methodist Church, and I ask that you'll keep us in your prayers, and thank you for your blessings.